Hey, what's up, man?
Okay.
Do. Good.
So,
What's up, man? What's going on?
Nothing much, man. Happy to be back online with you guys with this busy work schedule I got, and just taking time out to just chop it up with y'all.
so,
Cool.
so are you at a place right now where you can be in focused and in a still place?
I got about I got about 10 minutes to drop on you guys, and I came to work late. I was so busy with both jobs. I'm gonna interject now. I just want to listen, maybe get in one clip, one
Yeah,
clip.
get in.
So you know what we'll do is, Ak, you wanna hop into your topic
Yeah,
quick
sure. Yep,
with
we're
with
doing right.
which
We're
one
doing right now. But
For you to
What
even
situation
you
are
wanna
you
do?
referring to that they're looking at and thinking is not high
just
functioning?
my life,
Your life entirely, or your life in
my life, my
relationships?
life, my life.
See, don't deflect. Let's stay here. Your life entirely, or your life in relationships?
Both really.
And they think that you're low functioning.
No, I don't.
You just said people see your life and think you're not high functioning. The opposite of that would be low
No, no,
functioning.
no. Okay, so here you go. You're trying to take my
No, no,
intentions
no.
away from this. Is can I correct it?
Yeah, go ahead.
Or can I give you more?
Yeah, some more information. Heck yeah.
So I'm not married, right? I have beautiful children.
How many?
8.
I thought I didn't do my research. I thought it was 4, but 8. Okay.
No, baby.
Cool.
It's
By how
8.
many women?
3. And this is the kicker. I want more. Now,
By multiple women? What's the intent?
I
I'm
just
saying,
want
or by
God to
your
bring
wife?
him. I just want God to bring him.
Oh, okay. And you have, so you just
Because
bring 'em,
my
okay.
point is this. My desire to get married is lower than my fear of divorce. So, as you had said, Dr. Bryant, you said it, I didn't say it, I will agree. I'm just taking my time. I'm taking my time.
You're being very action-based. You have 8 kids with
Yeah.
3 different women.
Yes.
You are creating, procreating, and multiplying. That is not taking your time. You're being very selectively active. Okay? So you're creating, in disclaimer, the kids are innocent, they are beautiful and amazing. Anything I say has nothing to do with them babies, because I can't wait to be a mom, and I love the kids, period. But you are proactively choosing where you want to be active at and where you want to take your time. You want to take your time in having a wife because of your own fears. But you will, and I say this with all respect and love, what I'm about to say next, okay, Cam? But you will selfishly create broken families, even if you're in their life and you're a proactive father, and I believe you're an amazing daddy. I can only imagine with just your presence and knowing you thus far. But these families are still broken. Every child cannot have Papa in the house with them. So some child, if not all will end up with some kind of deficit without daddy being there. Now, you chose to do that. I'm not saying you sat there and woke up one morning and said, I want to be selfish today, so I'm going to go make a baby. Not saying that at all. But those are selfish acts at the expense of your fear. So at what point do you feel the fear, do it anyways? And yeah, that is a low functioning behavior. To say that I am going to create these homes. Let me go better. I'm going to build these houses and put kids and these beautiful women and kids in them, but I ain't going to create a home in them. I'm going to wait till I dissipate my fear to find a wife where I'm still going to be fearful with, because there's no such thing as not having some type of nerve or some type of feeling behind marrying somebody who you're spending your life with. And then I'm going to build a home with her while all these other beautiful babies have houses. That's completely unfair and it's selfish.
Just tell me when I can solve.
Mm.
okay.
She looked like Jane Kennedy, man. So where do we start with this then?
Okay.
This is your video. What's your position with this?
I watched the whole 2 hours and 30 minutes video with Cam Newton and Dr. Cheyenne Bryant, therapist, giving therapy to like couples, even though she's single and don't understand the dynamics of marriage, but she definitely wants to promote individuality of their growth, because she wants to promote thriving individuals for each other.
Okay.
When Cam came through and talked about the scenario about him having 8 children with three baby mamas, I think she was kind of harsh on him, even though she was writing exact on him in a certain sense.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
I mean, you're talking to a guy that's rich and taking care of his kids. I'm sure Cam. I mean, I'm going to believe that Cam is taking care of each and every one of those kids the way he can. You know, being a busy man, being an active father, being a busy man, and still making sure that the kids are straight. I don't think that there's a deficit from any of the child. But even if it is, I mean, parenting is practicing. So you're still practicing being parents, so you might fuck that up too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But the way she making it seem like, you know what I'm saying, he's doing a horrible job. She definitely went at Nick Cannon the same way. Because Nick had, how many kids Nick got? Like 21 or 12?
I think it's more like 12 or 11 or something.
Yeah, 12, 11 or something.
I don't know. I don't keep up with Nick Cannon.
I think most women live in their world where they feel like their way is the most acceptable way. Women have to understand that there are multiple ways of life. Like, it's more than one way to milk a cow, and you have to accept that. Like, if you don't want to deal with that, it's no reason for you to feel like you have to fix and critique every little thing. Like,
point.
Y'all here for a reason, but not every little thing. Like, that's what I think women do too much. They try to fix and critique every little thing. Like, if that man want to live his life the way it is what it is. But on his behalf, like, I ain't gonna say it's TMI, but like, congratulations to have 8 kids and all that. But she is kind of right, like, broken homes. Like, and he not like, yo, I live with all my baby moms. I put all them in the house. I'm building a tribe. And if you do have all those kids, you're not really. If you're not putting them all together as baby mothers and got them living like a tribe, you are creating to a broken household. You know what I'm saying? There's gonna be a jealous child, like, why my dad not with me? He got to deal with stepdad and all of that situation, but you still around. That's gonna make a kid like kind of they tweak their levels right now, and nowadays it tweak their levels to where it open them up, makes them susceptible to high frequencies that they get lost in the source. That's it.
You know what I would ask the good doctor is, very respectfully, I would ask, well, how do you rationalize a couple that got together, had good intentions of staying together, got married, maybe they didn't get married, but they lived together, and then had children, and then realized after a couple of years that it's just not working out between the two of them, but they recognize that they can continue to be loving, effective parents, although they're apart, right? And there's a lot of cases of that, right? So parenting doesn't stop when divorce or separation happens. Absolutely. It continues, right? So how does she rationalize that? And what is the difference between two parents doing that compared to a man saying, you know what? It's not that I don't want to be married, but my fear of being divorced far exceeds my fear of, whatever the comparison was that he gave. I mean, as long as he's meeting his obligations and responsibilities to the mother, and more importantly to the children, I don't see what the problem is.
Right? Who are we to judge?
Exactly.
Who are we to judge? They putting us in an awkward situation because they want to be selective with their viewers to draw in attention, that they putting us in a situation where we using our brain capacity to worry about what they got going on in their life. Kudos to them. It's a great topic, but I don't know. I think people just like to talk, and they figure a way to draw people in from talking. And I'm really trying to learn how to do it. That's why I'm here right now. Got what you know what I mean? Because people like to hear people talk, Hopefully things that we talk about could be relevant too, like Cam Newton and Doctor talking about 8 kids.
That's a fact.
For the city, and the city people is the dirtiest people in the world.
Well, hold on, Mo. We want to
go left.
Keep that camera straight, bro. Keep that camera straight, bro.
We're gonna stay on topic. Z, what's your feelings, man?
I agree with what Maul originally said, man. I think that the flaw in her argument, for one, I would never go to a single woman for relationship advice. I don't care how many degrees you have or whatever you think your expertise it is. If it's not a Scheherazade Ali or something like that, man, like, nah, I'm not like this. The Dr. Bryant, with all due respect, was on Basketball Wives, man. Like,
Oh,
And
okay. I didn't know where she was coming from. Okay.
Yeah, and if you go on her Instagram, you see more titties than anything about psychiatry or anything like that. Like she,
Okay.
you know what I mean? So, impressions mean a lot, and people say don't judge a book by its cover, but every book has a cover, and they have covers for reasons. In her presentation, she presents herself like a city girl. I think that the flaw in her argument is, and it's the flaw in a lot of sisters' understanding in the Western world. The only expectation for men that they have is monogamy, and Cam Newton is a peak level athlete. He's a physical specimen, brother, about 6'4". He's a LeBron sort of cat, and he also has money, right? He has resources. In any other civilization, a brother like him, a black man like him, has multiple wives. He is an alpha male. He is at the top of his game. He is the most sought after type of person that there really is on the planet. Expecting him to have the discipline, the wherewithal, the understanding, whatever, to only have one woman is extremely short-sighted and selfish. There has to be
Selfish.
yeah, it's selfish and short-sighted, like by women or whatever. Like, he's the sort of brother that is supposed to have multiple wives. So the flaw in her argument, I agree with what a lot of the things that she said in regards to broken homes, but like Maul said, she should have been encouraging him to create a compound, get the 3 women, and that's not a lot of women. For 8 children, 3 women is not a lot of women. So he's still being strategic. Get those 3 sisters under the same roof, get those 8 children under the same roof, marry those 3 sisters, maybe bring a couple more in if you want more, whatever, because you can pay for it. And you know what I'm saying? So like, that's what it is. Like, we can't, like, you shouldn't talk to Cam Newton like he's Bill Gates, right? Like, I know Bill Gates has a ton of money, but you just look at Bill Gates, you could tell he doesn't need more than one woman. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's just levels to the world. And like, Cam Newton is one of them alpha brothers that she shouldn't be trying to hold back. It should really be something. He should be creating a civilization, man, for his children.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I look at it like, she was like definitely digging in on the males, talking about how they're doing selfish acts and everything, but she wasn't flipping it onto the woman's side and saying the acts that they're doing. Like, she wasn't like holding the women accountable. She was just holding the men accountable.
Women are selfish for their insecurities of love. That's what women don't understand. Their insecurities of love make them selfish, and us as men catering to their needs, pay a high expense and courses to deal with their insecurities.
All right, let me ask you a question though. So she's 41, single with no kids. Should she be even giving any type of advice to a person that either married or a person that has multiple children?
No, hell no. And you know what? One of the things that I've said before, I remember Steve Harvey. What was that movie that he had and he was doing commentary? Think Like a Man.
Yeah,
right. Yeah. So I remember was that Think Like a Man? Was that from a real Steve Harvey book?
Yeah.
About relationships. Okay. I couldn't quite remember, but I remember that book being out and him touring around and talking about the book and going on these talk shows and these media outlets and giving men advice. And I remember saying to myself, this nigga has been married 4 times.
Yep.
Right? 4 times. What is it that Steve Harvey could tell me about being married? And he hasn't gotten it right yet. Or it took him 4 times to get it right.
He's probably struggling with his wife right now.
that painful a woman's emotional distress comes at a high cost sometimes. And sometimes if you got the money, sometimes some people take that gamble.
I guess.
Well, this is kind of segue into something that I've just been noticing, man. I've been noticing like a lot of women projecting that they're about to get divorced. And there's people that's like, you know, cheering and championing them on. It's like, go ahead, sis, man, you can do better by yourself because the dude cheated, whatever like that, or made a oops, you know. And
You said made oops. Is that what you said?
yeah, I mean, he might have skeeted on somebody's leg or whatever. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But just the fact that, you know, like, you'll have more divorce parties and weddings and stuff. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Or the divorce party be so wild and shit. And then you got predatory chicks that's there to, like, you know what I'm saying, munch your carpet, you know?
Yeah, but that goes into saying the forgiving aspect. Like you got men that cheat, women get tired and they want to get their bones
Women
rattled.
make mistakes too.
Rattling their bones no more like that. When older
Yeah.
couples, the older women want a younger guy, so it's different aspects. But at the end of the day, are people forgiving enough? Like, are people forgiving enough? Like, would would your wife forgive you if you cheated, or would you forgive your wife if she cheated? You know what I'm saying? Things like that. That's what fucking relationships about. And because society is branched off the way it is and it's so open, that is a factor in most relationships nowadays. Like whether it be about cheating or somebody else in a relationship, it can nobody be so grounded that they think about what they got to do together. They think about what the other person is not doing for them or what they could have more. And people are so fucking lost in the sauce. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm
Well,
just
that's a difference between conditional love and unconditional love. You know what I mean? And it's like, you know, in your personal journey as an individual, like all of that is convoluted with each other. Like, you know, if you're not good, then you can't be good for your mate. You know what I mean? If your mate not good, they can't be good for you. If they're not discovering on themselves and stuff like that, or you discover on yourself, then y'all can't discover together like properly. I mean, you discover things together, you know, but sometimes they get ossified because you're not trying to discover or not trying to link up because you're being with that same person for the rest of your life. You know what I mean? Now, when it comes to mistakes and everything like that, yeah, it has to be a level of unconditional love because your kid makes mistake, you forgive him. You know what I'm saying? Now, why are you not forgiving, you know what I'm saying? Why are you not forgiving, you know what I'm saying, your mate, male or female, you know what I'm saying, if they make mistakes. You know
this
what I
is
mean?
I think
this should be a skit and a topic. Not to cut you off, D. This should be a skit, and a little short, and a skit in itself, talking about is forgiving worth forgiving when love truly exists. You know what I'm saying? Like that could be the topic. Like, would you forgive your mate if your mate? And we could talk about that a little bit too. Like, would you forgive
Oh
your
yeah, yeah. Talk about that shit in the beginning before y'all get married, because you know if it's a cutoff like, yo, motherfucker,
if you
if this
married? Yeah,
motherfucker,
more.
yeah,
It's no
fuck
more of
out of
that.
here.
But if you in
Yeah.
an open, if you in a relationship, like y'all guys are married, Z, only maybe you because Z can understand. Like if you in a relationship and you and your chick going through something, and like people call cheating differently. Women will say you was on the phone with a woman, that's cheating, but her inbox and her Facebook and Instagram is crazy, right? It's crazy on
Fuck
the
it.
inbox. So because you like a fish that would a fish couldn't get caught if they didn't open their mouth. So in relationships, women call cheat, yo, you cheat, you texting another chick, but they got open doors every day. They got hooks in their water every day. All they gotta do is open their mouth. Is that a form of cheating? Or like planning cheating? Like if this nigga fucker, all I gotta do is hit this nigga in the inbox. And a lot of women move like that nowadays. And I think that's why a lot of relationships are unbalanced, because another person don't know how to turn off their social media or really dedicate themselves to each other. And the modern relationships, married couples don't have to deal with that because you know each other friends. You know what I'm saying? You may know each other to the point where you know a nigga she went to high school with, and you would let her get up because you know that their families you may know secrets or you know shit. You know what I'm saying? But in relationships, it become harder because a woman will have you shut off your whole social media or question everything on your social media, but have 1,000 inboxes. As soon as you fuck up, all they gotta do is click. All they gotta do is put a happy face. And is that cheating?
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's I want
to say that's cheating, but I know that the options are available. The options are there. The dick is ready. You know what I'm saying? The pumble. You know
So
what I mean? If something's fucking up. But my thing is that the dynamic of the term cheating, you know, is the communication barrier between male and female. Like, if you tell a chick that you are this person, you know what I mean? Like, you know what I'm saying? Either they're gonna either fuck with you or they're not gonna fuck with you. Most chicks that go to nightclubs and stuff like that are looking for a lie. They're looking for the perfect lie. They're not looking for the nice guy. They put the nice guy as a friend and at the back burner when they done with everything, and then they fuck with you later on in life. You know what I'm saying? That's why they say nice guys finish last. But most of the times at a certain age range, you know what I'm saying? Even my age range now, they're looking for the perfect lie. You know what I'm saying? They're looking for the presentation, the resume. I'm looking at your resume. It says this and that and the third. Okay, cool. You checking all the boxes that I like. You know what I mean? And after a while, they don't go back and do like a retrospective after a year to say, okay, well, this is not what you said that you could do and everything like that. You know what I'm saying? And the next thing you know, oh, you lying. And now next thing you know, he out there doing something. He already told you that, yo, I got bitches, man. You know what I'm saying? But it went past your head, you know? Past your head, and you allow that situation. Now he fucking around so that when you fall deeper in love and now he's cheating, he already told you who the fuck he was from the door.
Men
You know
don't see it too. A lot of men don't see that shit too coming. A lot of men don't. A lot of men. That's why a lot of dudes go crazy, because they don't pick up on the vibe, the signs. Anytime, I think, because of my relationship experiences, hundreds of them, like, it's vibes. You got to pick up on it, guys. Like, married guys don't got to deal with this little shit. Like, why you don't take me? Why you don't take me out as much? Why you don't come?
That's it. Yo, that comes from married relationships too, more.
Yeah,
it comes in married.
What you think married people do?
Yeah,
you think that we don't go out and hang out?
Like, you gotta do that. You gotta stick to the same script, like a jail
Nah,
man.
fuck that.
Like
you gotta make it interesting, bro.
You gotta stick to it. If you don't,
you gotta make it interesting. You know what I'm saying?
You know what? Let me. I want to make 2 points. The first point about this is to your point. Furthering your point, you do have to make it interesting. It's easy for us, particularly those of us that have been in long marriages. This year, I'll be married 24 years, right? So when you're in a marriage for that long, it's easy for you to get complacent, right? Men and women, right? So you have to make sure, and this goes back to what we were talking about earlier, and that is being able to have alone time, or just have moments where it's you or you and your person, just being able to reconnect and identify and rekindle the thing that brought you two together in the first place. You know what I mean? That's the first thing. The second thing is very, very important, and you know, perhaps some people are going to find this disagreeable, but the reality is that relationships, particularly those that are slated to be long term, you gotta sometimes in the beginning regard them as transactional. What I mean by that is this: you have to be able to sort of look at these things in the context of do's and don'ts, wants and needs, right? And you have to be able to position that stuff to your prospective mate or prospective long-term spouse or partner and say, these are the things that I want, these are the things that I need, these are the things that I'll tolerate, and these are the things that I'm not going to tolerate. So we have all of this stuff down. I have it from you, you have it from me, so that as we go on, we understand where we are in the relationship and the things that we're going to tolerate and the things that we're going to need. Now, it's the responsibility of the spouse to meet those needs and sort of navigate those requirements in the context of love, but you got to still navigate them and make sure that you're adhering to them. You know what I mean? Because the truth is, some dudes or some women will be like, listen, I don't care that you reconnect with your exes. As long as you're taking care of home, that's all I care about. And who knows why that worked for her? Perhaps that's the way she was raised. That's the way mama did it. That's the way big mama did it. And it worked for them. They had a happy home. So she's okay with that. Whereas you get other women that they're like, nope, all of your exes, I don't care if y'all good friends. I don't care if she's married. I do not want you ever talking to her again. Right? And then on the flip side of that, the man might say the same thing. Or he might be like, I don't care. I'm gonna do me. You gonna do you. But I know we're together, and we're gonna be in this relationship together. We're gonna build a family together. But for all intents and purposes, the terms of our relationship is an open one. And this is how I operate. So either you deal with it or you don't. Perhaps the woman might find that acceptable, you know? So it's important to early lay the foundation of that and establish that understanding. So that way, moving forward, nobody is blindsided, nobody has any surprises. Now, sometimes during the course of the relationship, things shift. And then that's when, unfortunately, you just have to figure things out because people do change as they get older. Perhaps that, flipping and that free living lifestyle that you had when you were 25, you get to be 45, that shit is not appealing anymore. Right? And you want something that's a bit more stable, and you want something that is not as as adventurous, if you will. You know what I mean? But does the other person agree to that? Because they might not have changed at that pace. So it's a lot to consider, but I think what is important is to understand what the needs and wants are of the person, So if you're talking about if you're talking about marriage, you should also in that same breath be having a conversation about what is going to be tolerated and what's not going to be tolerated, what your needs and wants are. And I think a lot of people miss that. They get sort of lost in the love and the allure of it all. You know what I mean? So that's what needs to happen from my perspective.
Lee, I hear you've been quiet.
I don't know, man. I think I'm just the dynamic of relationships in America with our women in particular is just it's just challenging, man. And I think that we need to be open to just different avenues. I'm really a big advocate of kind of learning what the practices of our ancestors were, what gods they prayed to, what languages they spoke, what their customs were in regards to marriage and courtship and these different things. Were they, monogamous? Were they, poly, whatever the case may be, however you want to, quantify it. I think that most people would agree that monogamous relationships are failing overwhelmingly. And it doesn't necessarily mean, divorce. Sometimes it does, but sometimes it just means cheating. Right. And and the inability to be truthful with your partner. A brother like Cam Newton, to kind of bring things full circle, he should never feel the need to sneak or lie. The sister that, the Dr. Bryant or whatever was saying these different things. Dr. Bryant was saying that he was that he was being selfish or whatever, but I almost guarantee that none of the three sisters that Cam Newton has children by are working, right?
Yeah.
Where she's literally talking to him while he is making money. You know what I'm saying? So, who's being selfish really? Like, the dream of most women is to attach themselves to a brother like Cam Newton or whatever, so that they don't have to work anymore. So he should never feel as though he should never be put in a position that he needs to feel as though he should lie. He should have to lie to any of those women that he's taking care of. So long as he is, fulfilling his fatherly duties first, and he's fulfilling his, duties as a man, whatever that looks like to them.
Can I say something? My phone about to die. I'm gonna get off and let y'all talk about this. That's you so right, Z. You know what I'm saying? The selfishness is so flip-flop because, right? If a guy was a millionaire, he had 3 wives or 3 baby mothers, you think he gonna neglect one? Like, I'm not gonna get you a pair of Coach shoes. I'm not gonna get you I'm gonna get all y'all Coach matching bags. But
they don't want Coach bags.
Listen, let me finish. Coach, let one of these modern new age heifers be cheating. The bitch won't come home with Popeyes for you, my nigga. She'll have a side bank account, a side nigga. That's cheating. You bitches be cheating and calling us cheaters when y'all cheat. Cheating is when you trying to motherfucking cheat, when you trying to break the rules to fucking win. We supposed to be in this together, bitch. Don't edit this shit. You know what I'm saying? No, if you gonna cheat, bitch, you better come home with the bag too. Like, bitch, you better come home and be like, baby, I got $10,000 out this nigga. I'm gonna help you start your lawnmower business. We need more bitches like that. We don't need these bitches, oh, twerking, I need you to pay for this, I need you to pay for that. But you cheating because you trying to win, but you ain't trying to help the game. But you want to learn the game, or you want some of the game all inside of you every night.
That's what women got niggas get all up in your guts.
You know, like y'all women, man, y'all better get it together because when we go viral, we gonna have a lot to talk about. We gonna accept all y'all conversations, all y'all hurts, all y'all open emotional desires, all y'all wants and needs. We got questions and answers for all of that. So that's what we got. We gonna go. Yo, listen, no, because we don't want beef. That's the problem with y'all women. It's like y'all want beef with us. Like beef. Like y'all want, you know what we gotta struggle. You know what beef is? You know what Big said what beef is with us? Like we take beef differently. But y'all don't like beef to y'all is a sausage factory. I could play with multiple dicks. That's beef to y'all. No, beef is different to us. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying. I'm gonna get my piece off, but I'm gonna let y'all go with that. I promise I'm gonna get back on more. I'm gonna catch up to the time, but just make it go viral, man. But we got some topics to talk about, and y'all keep it up with the fellas, man. All right?
All right,
Peace.
Stay away from beef, Lord.
A few moments later.
When we watching these shows, it's based off a guy that has money. Mm-hmm. Let's talk about the guys that don't have money that have multiple baby moms. You know what I'm saying? Like that's a situation that could be a segmented, and kids are left without.
But I think we covered that already. We got an episode about that already.
Let's talk about But look, why that happens though, as a broke man with multiple baby moms, it ends up being a horrible situation for all of them. Mm-hmm. When really that should be three. If the conversation were able to be had that, hey, look, we're already a family.
Facts.
Right? So instead of looking at it like, yo, waiting for my check every week, you know what I'm saying, to be garnished, why don't we put 3 incomes together and why don't we build something? But you can't have that conversation if somebody is not open-minded enough to think beyond a monogamous sort of relationship. Most people are already poly one way or another, right?
Facts.
Like you say it all the time. You know what I'm saying? Like if you know you have children from somebody else, if you're taking care of those kids, right? You create a village around those children.
Yeah, they are together.
If everybody
agrees to it,
right? Everybody agrees to it. It doesn't mean that at any point, you know what I'm saying, somebody else needs to necessarily like sleep with your woman. But if your woman has existing kids, if you have pre-existing kids, if you already have these relationships and these paradigms that are formed, why not come together with a level of strategy to move in lockstep to get ourselves out of that situation? But you can't do that if she worried about, oh, no, you ain't talking to that bitch no more and shit. I seen how she look at you.